Today, we're going to dive into one of the trickiest parts of being human, figuring out the gap between what people say and what they actually want. Seriously, learning to see this isn't just a neat trick, it's a game changer, and we're going to break it all down. So let's just start with a really simple question. Think about it. Do people, or, hey, even you, always lay out your deepest desires with total clarity? I think we all know the answer to that. It's a big, resounding no. And that's exactly where it gets fascinating. Okay, check out this example from the source material. It just perfectly sums up what we're talking about. A woman says she wants an escort, right? But what she's really after is a kind of mental sparring partner. This is the whole mystery right here. How do you look past the words people use to see what's really driving them? You know, this ability to see what's not being said, it almost feels like a superpower, doesn't it? It's the art of hearing the music behind the lyrics, of understanding that hidden engine that's running just under the surface in all of us. And if you've ever found yourself thinking, man, there's gotta be a name for this, you are definitely not alone. It's a feeling we all recognize, this powerful kind of insight, but it's so hard to pin down. So let's try to put some words to it. So how do we even begin to talk about this? Well, a good place to start is with the language we already use every day, the common words we reach for when we try to describe this.
We throw around words like discernment, or we say someone is perceptive, or that they have great intuition. But here's the catch, right? All of these words describe the result. They tell you that someone gets it, but they don't really explain how they get it. They're labels, not explanations.
So to really understand the how, we have to level up. We need to move past everyday language and step into the world of psychology. This is where people have really put in the work to build frameworks for what this ability actually is. So, one of the first big ideas is interpersonal intelligence. This comes from the psychologist Howard Gardner, and it's not just about being a people person. It's a very specific kind of smarts. The ability to accurately read what makes other people tick, what their real motivations are, so you can work with them effectively. And then there's this one, which sounds a little more academic, theory of mind. But the idea is actually super simple and absolutely fundamental. It's the moment you realize that what's in your head, your thoughts, your feelings, your wants, is totally separate from what's in someone else's head. It's what allows you to even try to guess what someone else is thinking. And this leads us to a really, really important distinction. Theory of mind is what we call cognitive empathy. It's saying, I understand how you think. That's totally different from emotional empathy, which is, I feel what you feel. A master negotiator absolutely needs the first one. A best friend, well, they probably need a bit of both.
So who are the real pros at this? You know, the people who use this skill at an absolutely elite level? It's not some magical gift. It's a skill, and it gets honed to a razor's edge in some very specific lines of work. Think about it. Great leaders use it to figure out what truly motivates their team. A top-tier negotiator uses it to hear the real need hiding behind some tough demand. A psychologist, well, their entire job is to decode the hidden layers of the mind. And then you've got a really surprising one, the magician. They come at this from a completely different and fascinating angle. This is so cool. A magician isn't using actual magic. They're an expert in applied psychology. They are actively searching for the bugs in our mental software. You know, our blind spots, our assumptions, the little glitches in how we perceive the world. And they use those glitches to create illusions. They don't just know what you see, they know what your brain is programmed not to see. Okay, so we've talked about psychologists and magicians and big shot negotiators, but let's bring this all back down to earth. What does any of this mean for you in your life? Why does it matter? It matters because this whole thing, understanding what's really going on with other people, is a massive piece of what we call emotional intelligence, or EQ. It's the absolute bedrock of social awareness. And if you get better at this, literally every relationship in your life can get better, from the boardroom to the living room. But hold on, here's the final twist. We've spent all this time talking about decoding other people. But what happens when we turn that spotlight back on ourselves? Are we always so sure about where our own wants and desires actually come from? So, let's leave you with this really powerful thought from the philosopher René Girard. He argued that a lot of our deepest desires, well, they didn't start with us at all. We see someone else wanting something, and that makes us want it. He called it mimetic desire. It's like desire is contagious. Which leaves us with one heck of a question to chew on. Are the things you want truly yours, or are they just an echo of someone else's wanting?